Hope everyone's doing all right today. I just want to say that death is not the answer. I know life can be hard, life can be difficult, especially when we're going through a lot of things, when we're going through a lot of stress and when a lot of pain, when we sometimes lose a person or things just become overwhelming overall. It can be very hard. And yeah, sometimes we just want to just give up and, do something bad, maybe hurt ourselves, kill ourselves or something, and that's never the answer. It's not going to help anything. It's not going to change anything. There's always more to what we see. There's always more out there. Well, we can see a butterfly. We can see something in life happen, something out in nature. And sometimes we can feel someone that was close to us, a relative or something, a friend, and we can feel that they are close to us. Something will trigger it, and then it's like they're not gone. They exist somewhere. And there's proof of that. You know, there's so much to this world, there's so much to life, and I just so yeah, just don't think that killing yourself or hurting yourself is going to solve anything because it's not. I know there are people out there who are lost, who are alone, who are afraid, who are confused. They go through so much stuff and they don't know where to go. Um, Sadly, the thing about life is it's not given a proper blueprint how to balance out every side of ourselves and who we are. It's more of we're given a blueprint of just what society I guess should be, and uh, some people will give us some kind of instruction manual on a role that we maybe fit in or something, but that's never enough. That's never good. It's never really helped anybody. And when we start, feeling certain things about ourselves and we're so confused, then, people who don't really care, they try to force us to fit in a certain group, or they try to give us something to suppress what it is that we're feeling and not actually understand what it is we're feeling. And it makes life worse. It makes life hurt. And it can make life feel more alone. Basically, I just want to say that there's always something to fight for and to don't give up. Um, there's some people look up to us. There's someone that looks up to us. There's someone who admires us. People who appreciate us. People whose lives and hearts we can touch. People who we can help in so many ways. There are people who have gone through what we've gone through for thousands of years. Humans have existed, and no human there isn't another person in this world who hasn't gone through the same thing you've gone through. Most of us have experienced each other's pain in some way, and I understand some people have different journeys that they go through in life, and that's understandable. Yes, everyone has their own path that they take, and we may not always understand each other's pains, but many of us have gone through the same journey that other people have gone through, and we recognize it. And instead of kicking each other down about it, instead of hurting each other and saying, I've gone or I've accomplished this, I've gotten over this problem, why haven't you gotten over it? You're weak for for not fixing this problem or not getting over it yet. Instead of doing that to people, how about we try and help them? How about we try to just say, hey, I've gone through this and I know what the problem is. I know a lot of us do that, but a lot of us don't. Most of us don't. And sometimes we'll feel pain and we will go to other people and we'll tell them, hey, this is how I've coped with it. And when I say cope, I mean like, this is how I've masked it. Instead of actually learning how to deal with it or find resolution to this problem, this is what I've done to just bury it, to just, how can I get through life and have a mean look on my face and be so defensive toward other people, how to not expect the best in life, how to just expect the worst, and just things like that. And it's like, that's not actually dealing with it. That's just keeping it bottled up inside and just living with that pain and not actually listening to why that pain is actually there. And sometimes a lot of people have gone through these journeys and they have understood what it is that they need. They've understood that there is a human soul, that there is something about each one of us individuals that is not bound to a body of what we see. Like I said, we lose people all the time. And even though they're not here physically, we can still feel that they are alive somewhere. We can still feel when they're around us. There is something else about us. And the more we just acknowledge that there is, then the better off we can be at accepting that there are things about us as humans, as people, as living creatures that is so complex and that needs to be fed with specific experiences, with love, with that needs to be acknowledged. So certain things have to be acknowledged about us. Like the sooner that we can admit that there is something more to us, then the sooner that we can accept that there is more to what most of us feel through our pain in this world. I really hope I said that right. And I just want to record this to help people maybe understand that, and to help you also understand that killing yourself is not going to help anything. It's not what we experience. And I'm also speaking to people who feel like they are failures, who are waiting to die, people who are living to die, people who are just saying, you know what, let me just get through this as best I can, and then I'll die and it'll be over. I'm also talking to people like that, people who don't want to actually pursue doing anything. It is very difficult to want to do better, to want to live, to want to get out of that comfort zone. A lot of us feel that. And it's understandable. I understand how hard that can be, but just don't give up. There's always something to fight for, and it can be hard. It can be difficult to find it. I understand, but yeah, just don't give up, because even if you don't accomplish the best, sometimes you just being happy is an accomplishment. Sometimes you just enjoying your existence, being alive, is enough. It's good for the world. It can teach people to be happy. Sometimes it can teach other people to not be as miserable. When we're losing somebody close to us, just fill them with love. Just be there for each other. Just, yeah, accept each other's journeys, and yeah, it's the best that we can do for each other. And just don't give up, because there's always something on the other side. But just don't give up, because the moment you give up, I'll say don't give up, because even if you wait to die, even if you wait for all of this to be over, when you cross over, it's not going to be over. I'm pretty sure some part of you feels like you understand what I mean by that, and you know that a part of that is true. That here in this world, you have to prepare yourself for whatever is on that other side. And by doing that, is you become what it is you feel inside, even after you die, even after we all die. And I don't want that to sound scary, but what I mean is what you fill yourself up with today, you will be given that reward tomorrow. That can go both ways, positive and negative. But I want to mainly focus on the positive of what that means. what you do today, tomorrow will be rewarded by it. So give yourself love. Prepare yourself to receive love. If you are too afraid to cry when you are by yourself, then you aren't ready to accept any kind of intimate awakening or experience that another person may have to offer you. The way that the world works, the way that life sometimes works, is what you give yourself is only as much as the world can give you. So you can't always expect other people to pull you out. I know I've done that a lot, and I am where I am today because I've done that. You have to understand the best parts of yourself, the better parts of yourself. You have to understand why they're there, and you have to acknowledge them. You have to learn to embody them. You have to learn to keep going. There's something that can help with that, but you just got to keep going. Once you understand the better parts of who you are, then you can learn to start accepting them and start letting them dominantly guide you to where you need to go in your life. I don't think there's anything more I can say without sounding too repetitive. I just don't give up. And yeah, thank you for whoever listened to this, who watched it all the way through. Thank you for being who you are. And yeah, if any little thing that I put out there, I'm just doing the best I can with what I got. Hope even if I don't make it, I'm hoping that whoever does hear what I put out there will make it, even if I don't. That maybe I can plant seeds for the future to grow from. I don't know, but I do what I do to help, as best I can. And a lot of times I can see my own worst enemy, and for some reason I feel like crying. I don't know why. I don't know, but I can see my own worst enemy a lot of times, and I can see how I'm losing, how my whole dedication to life is failing, and I can see a lot of people don't see it. A lot of people don't recognize it. A lot of people paint me as a bad guy for doing it, and I understand that. I understand that journey also. For those of you who do understand that when you do things right, you are going to run into enemies. When you know you're doing something right, when you are doing the right thing, you may be demonized for it. You may be attacked for it. And I know that can destroy your reality. It can distort you on such a deep level to where you can feel like you are evil, to where you can feel like you are the worst thing on the planet. And because people don't understand the depth of how much you love and how much you care, all they can do is paint you as a villain, as the person who is destroying their inner balance or their inner prison, their inner walls. And when really at the end of the day, you're just really your flashlight, you're just a light saying that, hey, there's actually more out there outside of these walls. There's more to life. And sometimes people get scared and they get threatened by that, and because it's all that they know. And when people's realities are challenged, they get very hostile, they get very scared, they get very aggressive and angry, because a part of them is not ready to face the truth of themselves. And it can come out very ugly, but you just have to feel and understand that in them. Just feel it and just know, okay, they're in this place right now, and I can't judge them too harshly. Don't put yourself in their chaos, though. Do not get lost in that. Do not get mixed up in that. You're here to be a beacon and to say, hey, guess what? There is more. But do not always let don't always let that darkness, their darkness, completely run your life. You have to learn, you have to understand that you have to take control of your life. Now, you just have to be very careful about how you approach doing this, because the contradicting thing about what I just said is that when you do want to make the place better, sometimes you have to rush into that danger. And you're always going to be in the middle of that danger whenever you're trying to save somebody, whether it's in a burning fire, whether it's like in the Matrix, like if someone is stuck somewhere, someone's drowning or something, then you have to be the one to walk into that situation with them in order to save them, in order to say, hey, I'm offering this salvation for you. I'm offering this hope to you. And it's their, they have to choose if they want to go with you or not. Sometimes they don't know how to accept it. They're just lost. And, sometimes you can carry them out, but you have to be the one in control when you make decisions like that to help people. You have to understand that when you are helping people, there are so many different outcomes that can happen. There are so many different things, so many different reactions that people can have towards you, to what you're trying to do for them. So you have to be consciously aware of what it is you're doing, because if you're not, you can try and help somebody, they can reject it, and they can try to attack you. And you may say, oh, wait, I wasn't expecting that. And whatever it is that they felt, whatever pain they felt or darkness that they felt, ends up attacking you in that area. And then you slowly start to become them. You slowly start to become their problems. You don't want to do that. You have to be consciously aware of what it is you're doing. And this is very difficult to say, because I've known people who have wanted to be in relationships, purposely jumped into abusive relationships, because they said, oh, this person is hurting inside and I just want to love them. I just want to be there for them. And then they just go and jump in that abusive relationship, and they just stay in there, and they don't know how to get out of it. Or sometimes they're just like, I don't care about myself. I don't care about helping anybody anymore. I don't care about any of that. I just want to stick with this one person. And I know how destructive love is. I know how destructive it can be. I've seen it in so many ways. I've seen it in so many forms. I've seen so many people who tried to help this world and have gotten lost in the abyss of what it is they were trying to do. Sorry, I just had to cut the video real quick. Something just came up and I do have to go, but I do hope that this recording does help you guys out. Don't get lost in that darkness. Don't get lost in the will of your enemies. Always keep your will strong, keep your heart strong, love yourself, be willing to accept the good things that you want in your life. You deserve good things. You deserve the best, and you deserve to feed the better parts of yourself that you want to give this world. Do not hurt yourself. Do not kill yourself. You don't have to do that. Just find something to fight for. Everything will be all right. Just, you can't give up. Even if you die and you move on to something else, those problems are still going to follow you no matter what, no matter where you go. Stay strong, and I love you all. Do the best you can with what you got, and have a good day.